We are all salespeople. Sales is part of all of our lives, so whether you do it professionally or simply in life, embrace it, master it, profit. This is life of selling. Every salesperson eventually faces this choice. Sometimes the difference between a good year and a frustrating year is not how hard you work. It is the building you walk into. Same salesperson, same effort, same product, very different economics. Most salespeople understand this. But here's the twist. Even if you are lucky enough to walk into the right building, you can make the mistake of selling like you're in the wrong one. This is where the rule of zero comes in. It helps you put the pricing that you share into the right context. When selling, the question isn't whether or not the pricing is expensive to you, the seller. The question is this: is the pricing affordable and defendable to them, the buyer? Because the same number can be impossible in one room and almost meaningless in another. Let's make this simple. Assume someone makes $100,000 per year. Not rich, not poor, just a solid income. Now let's say they spend $20 a week on coffee, snacks, little splurge items. That's roughly $83 per month. This turns into about $1,000 per year. For someone with that income, this spend does not require a call to their accountant or a family summit. It's just coffee money. Now let's use this same setup to illustrate the rule of zero. As we said, this person makes $100,000 per year. Their coffee budget is $1,000 per year. Now let's make this person into a company by adding 4 zeros. This creates a billion-dollar company. This is the key. Now add 4 zeros to that company's coffee budget, just like you did for the income. The point should be clear. For some companies, $10 million is coffee money. Relative to their revenue, their budget, their priorities, and the problems they're trying to solve for, $10 million may feel just as insignificant as $1,000 does in this example. However, most salespeople rarely walk into a deal with the appropriate mindset. There is always a gravitational pull dragging them back toward what feels normal. Your company has an average deal size. You have your own sales history. The industry has pricing norms. Your coworkers have only sold certain deal sizes. Leadership may have a picture of what a normal opportunity looks like. And then there's your own comfort zone. Every salesperson has a number that feels normal to them and a number that feels scary. The moment a deal crosses that line, they start negotiating against themselves. They begin shrinking the opportunity, reducing the scope, and lowering expectations. Not because the customer asks them to, but because the number makes them feel uncomfortable. Look at this list. All of these things pull you toward a smaller number before the customer ever tells you what the opportunity is actually worth. Here is the question that can break the gravitational pull. What would you recommend if your solution was free? Would you include more users? Would you expand to more departments? Would you solve more use cases? Would you create more value? Would the outcome become bigger? If the answer is yes, then you likely have been shrinking the solution before the customer ever saw it. This is why the anchor matters. Most salespeople anchor low and then try to climb up. But the better approach is to anchor on the ideal solution first. That does not mean the customer is going to buy everything. It means your starting point is based on value, not fear. Quantify the value. Paint the picture of what the customer's business looks like after the full solution is implemented. What gets better? What gets faster? What gets easier? What problems disappear? Before you start subtracting things, make sure everyone understands the value of the complete solution. Prioritize outcomes. Not every benefit is equally important. Identify the outcomes that matter most to the customer and rank them accordingly. If the compromises need to be made later, You'll know what must stay and what can be negotiated. Defend the ROI. Make sure the economics are obvious. If every dollar invested produces $3 in return, how many dollars should they want to invest? Said differently, think about it this way. If there were a slot machine where every dollar you put in generated $3 back, how many dollars would you put into that slot machine? Once you've done these three things, let the numbers decide. Not your fear, not your comfort zone, the numbers. So yes, this is about budget, but it's also about qualification. It is about knowing which building you walked into and which room you're sitting in. Because some rooms are built for delays, some rooms are built for debate, some rooms are built to consume your calendar, and other rooms are built to solve problems. In one room, they'll spend your time. In the other room, they'll spend their money. We are all salespeople. Embrace it, master it, profit. This is Life of Selling.